Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. My dear brothers and sisters, sometimes we need to sit down and just ponder over the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us His words in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the uncreated word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what more blessed way of just pondering over life than through His word, subhanallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in Surat Al-Baqarah in verse 28, subhanallah, where He says, كَيْفَ تَكْفَرُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَكُنْتُمْ أَمْوَاتًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is posing a question to every single living being, every single human. How do you disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeing that you are dead? Yes, كَيْفَ تَكْفَرُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَكُنْتُمْ أَمْوَاتًا فَأَحْيَاكُمْ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you life. Just think about this. This should make you believe in God Almighty. This should make you believe that there's a God. Basically, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the humans, it was just Adam alayhi salam. Adam by himself. Then He created his wife Eve, and then He moved on and brought forth all these many men and women, subhanallah. This is something that is amazing, subhanallah, that we have to ponder about. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes on and states, ثُمَّ يُمِيتُكُمْ. Then He will make you die. Yes, as every single human knows that you're going to pass away one day. We like to put this aside and we don't like to think about this, subhanAllah, but this is a reality to life, and every human knows eventually they're going to pass away. So God Almighty created us, He gave us life. He's going to take away our life. Yes, these are two things that every human have in common, and everyone understands. We are born and then we die. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes on and says, ثُمَّ يُحْيِيكُمْ ثُمَّ إِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. So this is the part where many people differ here, where the believer and the disbeliever in God Almighty, they come to a disagreement. Many people don't believe in a day of judgment. Many people don't believe in a hereafter. This is where the believer or the Muslim believes that you're going to be brought back forth. Yes, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after He gives you life, takes your life, He gives you life again, so that you come back on the day of judgment, and you're going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In other words, you're going to be judged for every single thing that you do in this life. If you do good, there's an eternity of what? Of heaven. But if you do bad and you don't believe in God Almighty, there is an eternal punishment in the hellfire. And this is something that we want to call out to the non-Muslims to say, just think about this. How did you come to life? And how will you die? What's going to happen after that? Does your life only mean 50, 60, 70, 80 years, 90 years if you'll, live up to that, or even 100? Then what? What happens after that? What happens to all the good deeds or all the bad deeds that you do? Don't you think there's a meaning to life? Don't you think that there's a meaning in the hereafter? Does it make sense that we're just brought to life? We're created and then we just pass away? And everything that you do in this world just goes? It doesn't make sense. So I want you all to think about this and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide every human to what is right. Yes? So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us all, and please, O Muslim, spread this video as much as you can so we can get the word out to every non-Muslim, so that maybe that God might open up their mind just so they can think about these verses. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.